Welcome everybody to our 5-minute fundamentals. Lauren, today we're talking about recruitment, something that you and I love and we could talk about all day long. But for the sake of today, what handy hints would you give to people that run a team or have their own business when they're thinking about replacing somebody that leaves?
Because I think the first thing is to actually look at who you need to replace or what you need to replace. So before just jumping straight into recruitment, review your processes, review your tech that you're using, and review your current people, which is probably the most important thing. So what is the current capacity of your team? Does somebody actually have greater capacity to take on more? Is there an element of tech that we can utilize to increase efficiencies that actually allows us to not have to replace that one person? On the flip side, if we complete that review and we do have to recruit them, making sure that we're not just replacing that person with the same one, making sure we're putting in place exactly who it is that we need to fill the gap of the existing team.
So what you're saying is it might actually be, in fact, you don't need to replace the resource. It might be something else that you're doing. Okay, so good review on that. I think for me, the thing I've learned most over the last 27 years, God, that makes me sound old, about recruitment is it's just like recruiting for stock. So for new business, you've got to always be doing it. And if you haven't been proactive in this space before, I just want to challenge everyone to start with one phone call a month.
Yeah,
that's it. Who is it that you'd like in your team or have always wanted in your team? But actually start nurturing them just as you would a potential customer in the marketplace where you want to start prospecting for business. Making sure that you've got the collateral, make sure you've got the pre-list, which might be your pamper pack or what sells all the key things about why someone should come and work for you. What are your touch points during the nurture journey? So in my experience, it takes 9 months to bring on a top performing salesperson into an organization. And when a property manager or an admin leave, unless you've been nurturing people in the background through LinkedIn or phone calls or EDMs or whatever it is, you're starting from scratch almost every time. What are your thoughts on that, Lauren?
Yeah, 100%. And the thing that you just mentioned, Carls, that I think is really important is the why people would want to work for you. And I think before you get into that recruitment space, answer that question yourself. Sit down and work out why is it that people would want to join your business, because you need to be really clear around that and confident in it. Because if you're not confident as a principal, you won't attract the right people.
Same as your listing presentation, right? Yeah. Know your listing presentation, which is your pitch for recruitment back the front. And I think to finish on the number one thing that we're seeing out there at the moment and speaking to recruiters is people want flexibility in the workplace. Salespeople are leaving because they're not getting the right sales admin support and they feel like they're having to pay for that themselves. That's a big one. And rewards and recognition, particularly with property managers over the last 12-month period, it's been a very, very tough time, is making sure that they've been rewarded and appreciated. And it's not necessarily more money. It's just saying thank you. So I think today, if we put the challenge out there, pick up the phone, start ringing one a month, but also putting your listing presentation together when you're recruiting to people. Have hard copy and have digital. And if you'd like to find out what should go in that, get in contact with Regrowth. Until tomorrow.
Bye, guys.